Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who topic video for today. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my 10 favourite Doctor Who title sequences. Now, not the theme tunes, I mean the title sequences, even though I do think that I will probably go by the theme tune into this as well at some point. But Doctor Who has had so many great title sequences. I love every single one of them. And I just want to say, this is my top 10, not anybody else's. This is my opinion alone. But let me know in the comments, what are your top 10 favourite Doctor Who title sequences? So let me get into my number 10. So in number 10, it is, of course, the 2013 one, used in Series 7B. Now, I kind of like this one. I love the fact it goes colourful. I like the fact we've got some planets. You've got the TARDIS spinning out of control. You've got Matt Smith's name. You've got Jenna Coleman's name. And this is the title sequence that brings back the face in modern Who. I mean, classic Who from 1967 up to 1989, we had the Doctor's face in title sequence. Then, of course, 1996, 2005 and 10, we had nothing. 2010 to 2012, no faces. And then, of course, they brought the face back, and I really love this one. The only thing I have to say that does nag at me a little bit is the fact we have, like, the TARDIS doors just opening into the episode. Why did I think that was a good idea? I never know. But the rest of it, I absolutely love it. If I could say, I'm going to be truly honest here, I actually preferred this theme to, well, I actually preferred this title sequence to the Peter Capaldi one. Even though I do like Capaldi, it's my favourite modern Doctor. I wish he had these title sequences, because this is a lot better than the one he actually got. So, number 9 now. In 9th place, we are going into the current title sequence with Jodie Whittaker, which was used in 2018 up to 2022, because I really don't think they're going to keep it for the 60th anniversary, not with David Tennant coming back and Newtony Gatwick being the 14th Doctor. You know, so I don't really think they're going to keep these title sequence, but my God, I'm going to love rewatching series 12 and 13. I really love these title sequence. I mean, I really do love it. I love the fact it goes like from a bowl, go bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. I absolutely love the fact the way it opens and you got the time vortex. It's really great, and I love the logo as well. But the title sequence, I just really love. I love the music as well. I just love this title sequence. It's the best one for modern Who, in my opinion. I just really do enjoy this one. In 8th place, we are going back into the 1980s now with the very first Doctor Who theme tune. Now, this I could actually tie in with Tom Baker's, but I'm going to go by Peter Davison, because this was actually used by Peter Davison, even though it was used in season 18 for Tom Baker. But I don't know how they were going with that face. His face just looks like he was watching Two Girls, One Cup. That's terrible. But the rest of it's pretty good for Tom Baker. But this, I love the fact the lines really get Peter Davison's face coming into the titles, because I love the way it starts. I'm going, psh, and then you got the dun 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 dun. And I love the fact when we get to the, we got like Peter Davison's face coming in with the lines, and then you go through his face. And then you get to the fantastic Doctor Who logo. I love that logo. I really do. I love rewatching the 1980s. I really love rewatching the 1980s. The 70s is my favourite era, but this is my second favourite era. The 70s and 80s are just my two favourite eras of Doctor Who. You can't go wrong with these two eras, with John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Pete Davidson, Connie Baker, Cecil McCoy. These are just fantastic eras. And I really do love these title sequence used for Peter Davison as well. And as I said, this was used from 1982 to 1984 for Peter Davison. From Castor Albert down to the Caves of Androsani. So, you know, for three full-on seasons of this title sequence, and I never get fed up with it. I wish they kept it for Colin Baker, but I do like what they did for Colin Baker though, and that will be later on in this list. So, number 7 is, of course, the original Doctor Who theme. That was used for William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton from The Unearthly Child down to the Moon Base. Yes, this was actually used up to the Moon Base, because after, when we get to the next story, which is the Macquarie, that's the start of the new one for Patrick Troughton, and it's the very first one to bring the face into the title sequence. I just absolutely love it, because in fact, without going to like the sting and stuff, we go dun 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 dun, and you got the time vortex like spilling out, and then you got the Doctor Who logo, and then literally straight into the episode. I love the time vortex. I love the logo, and I really do love this one as well. I really love this one. This is one I love from the 60s. I mean, I love both versions of the titles for the 60s. But I really did enjoy this title sequence as well. Number 6. Now, we are jumping into the 90s now. Now, you're probably going, Doctor Who wasn't on for the 90s. No, this title sequence was actually used in 1996. And, of course, it actually inspires the new series. Now, I love it because the fact we start off with Skaro, you got the 8th Doctor talking, you got these eyes coming up, you got an explosion, and then, of course, we go straight in to the fantastic title, like the logo, and then, of course, you burn for the logo, and you go into this multiple coloured title sequence. Then you got the name like Paul McGann, you got Eric Roberts, then, of course, Sylvester McCoy, Daniel Ashbrook, you know, and so on. I do love it. And the fact we have the TARDIS literally coming in and you got it like spinning like so in the time vortex, and we got meteorites in this title sequence as well. This is just perfect. I really love this one. I wish they would have kept this one for bringing back Doctor Who. I mean, imagine Christopher Eccleston with this title sequence. Oh, an updated version of it. This would have been pretty fantastic. I mean, imagine having the meteorites as well. I absolutely do love this title sequence. It definitely is my 6th favourite. And I just can't get enough of it. I love rewatching the TV movie just for this title sequence. So, jumping into the top 5 now. Into my 5 favourite title sequences. Now, we've done 5. This is my top 10. So, in 5th place, I have to say this one's I really love this one. I have to admit, I love this one. It is 1967 to 1969's title sequence. Used from Patrick Troughton. Used from the Macra Terror down to the War Games. And I love it. I really do. Because I love the fact we kind of have these like weird lines and you got it spreading. And then when you've got the music going on, you've got Troughton's face coming in and it fades. And then, of course, we have the logo going back and splitting into 2. And then it comes up with the episode title, whatever you're watching. I just really do enjoy this title sequence. It's fantastic. It's done really, really well for the 60s. As you can tell, I mentioned I love Hartnell's one. And I have to put this one. To be honest, I put this one above Hartnell because I just really do enjoy this kind of title sequence a lot better than the 1963 one. But it's good still. And I love Troughton's when Troughton's face comes in. It's really good. And you know you're going to be in for a good story with Troughton's face. So, number 4. Now, number 4, this theme tune was, well, not the theme tune, sorry, this title sequence was actually used from 1970 to 1973, from Spearhead from Space down to the Green Death. And you know what this one is. It's Jon Pertwee's first full-on one. It's colourful. It's amazing. The bit where you got the face and transition into the logo, that's done pretty well as well. And I love the fact we got it goes like into a colourful, into the kind of coloured like diamond shape. And then you got these like swiggles coming into the episode title, like Spearhead for Space episode 1. I just really do enjoy this title sequence. It's fantastic. It's amazing. And this is my favourite Jon Pertwee one. I'm putting the season 11 one further down because I don't really like that one as much. I mean, the whole bit with Jon Pertwee's body flying for the vortex. What? This is the best one for Jon Pertwee, I have to say. And if you add the Dalloway theme into this title sequence, like they do for the Australian versions, my God, this is amazing. I wish they would have kept the Delia theme, the Derbyshire theme, sorry, well, the Darwin theme in from this titles, because it's actually done absolutely brilliant and I enjoyed it. So, number 3, in my 3rd favourite Doctor Who title sequence, it's Colin Baker's. I'm sorry, even though I'd hate the Twin Dilemma, and this is the debut of this title sequence, it's still good. If you add the Dominic Glenn theme from Trial of a Time Lord, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's perfect with Peter Howard's theme and Dominic Glenn's. If you could buy the two together, you got a very great title sequence. Now, I love it. Again, we got the Starfield effects. I love the fact we kind of got like a time vortex shape at the back. Colin Baker's face, and it literally melts into the where he got up to the cravat, and you got him like doing a solemn face, then he goes smiling, and then you go through his face and you go doo 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 doo, and then of course the logo, and it shapes into the logo. I just really do enjoy this title sequence. It's great. It's one of the best ones. I could say, what do I prefer? Which theme tune do I prefer this title sequence with? It's definitely the Dominic Glenn one. I do like Dominic Glenn's theme with this title sequence, where the Peter Howard one, yeah, I do love it as well. I just can't help it. This is my favourite titles, well, one of my favourite 80s title sequence. I just really do enjoy it. So, number 2, into my second favourite title sequence, and now this one, I just have to say, it's great. I do love this one. And this was actually the last 1980s title sequence. It is the 1960 1987 to 1989 title sequence, the McCoy title sequence. I love it. I have to admit, I love it. I love the fact we've got like the galaxy, you've got meteorites, and then you've got the TARDIS like spinning in the globe. The globe fades into the McCoy's face, and he does like the wink, you know, the winky face, and then of course it goes into the logo. I absolutely love this title sequence. It's my second favourite. Every time I watch a McCoy, this title sequence is just amazing. I really do love it. And I love it with the theme as well. It's just fantastic, and it's one of my second. This is. I have to say, this is the only reason this is in second place, because I just love McCoy and he's my second favourite Doctor. And I really love his title sequence as well. It's, yeah, okay, the meteorites do look a bit cheap, but they do look a lot better in the Blu-ray sets for season 24 and 26, which I've got. And they're a lot better in Blu-ray in HD than they are in the DVD and the VHS. So, number one, my all-time favourite Doctor Who title sequence. Do I have to say it? I know I do. It is the 1974 to 1980 title sequence. This is Tom Baker's title sequence, and my God, I just love it. I love the fact we go into the TARDIS, and then of course you go through the TARDIS. You got the time vortex. Tom Baker's face comes in, and my God, isn't he terrified? And then of course you got the diamond-shaped logo, and then whatever the episode you're watching, from Robot down to Shada. And I absolutely love this title sequence. Now, this was used for a very long time. A lot of, basically, for Tom Baker's era. I mean, he has two title sequences. He has this one. He does have one that we're trying to change a bit for Ark in Space Part 1, but they just changed it back to this one for Part 2. And, of course, we're going to the Peter Howard one for 1980. But this is my favourite title sequence of all time. One, it's the very first title sequence to feature the TARDIS. Two, Tom Baker looks absolutely terrifying. Imagine having this titles, like for the Pyramids of Mars. You're about to watch Pyramids of Mars, and you know you're in for a great story when you see Tom Baker's face through the titles and stuff. I just really love this one, and this title sequence is pretty good. I really love it, and it's just one of the best ones. So this is my 10 favourite Doctor Who title sequences. Let me know in the comments, what are your 10 favourite Doctor Who title sequences. Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content. Enjoy this video.